And yeah, because of the time, we're quickly going into our next speaker of today. Because yeah, a few years ago, it could be quite challenging as a small, medium enterprise to get started with blockchain. Storing data, getting applications decentralized, organized, developing your own applications. mintBlue is making it much more easy. And with us today is Niels. Niels is CEO, co-founder of mintBlue. Now let's see, Niels, if you have the slides, if everything is ready, working for you. The clicker is ready on the table. And we'll check here. Please take it from there. You can click. There we go. Good luck.
Cool. So while most of the space is focused on crypto Ponzi tokens, mintBlue empowers those who seek to build real-world solutions with blockchain technology. My name is Niels Bergh. I'm the CEO of mintBlue, and our software and APIs empower organizations to use the blockchain to combat fraud and enhance security, so they are ready for the next web. And just like there's going to be one web, there is one web. Our thesis is that everything is possible on a single base layer blockchain, because only then we can deliver of the true promise of blockchain, with full data interoperability between sectors, between companies, data portability, where we grant access to third-party providers or we revoke access, and they index our data stored on the chain, and a single source of truth, because only with one blockchain we can all rely on the same state of things. When we have multiple blockchains and multiple databases, there is still a way to have multiple states and you can commit fraud. And that's exactly what mintBlue, or what the blockchain is aimed to solve. So for mintBlue, we need massive scale to provide this. And we do this through processing gigabytes of storage, terabytes of storage. And we all store this data directly on the chain. So there's no reliance on IPFS or AWS of Google Cloud. No, it's directly stored on the chain within your ownership. We process 50K transactions per second, and it's increasing, the protocol that we build on. And it has 100% uptime. There's no halting, there's no issues with reliance on external parties or developer groups. You with your business can really rely on this protocol to be live. So what do we do with these specs? We basically provide 3 peer-to-peer service provisions, our API and SDK. These service provisions do not require trusted intermediary. That's why they're peer-to-peer. So we can do peer-to-peer authentication. Is data real or not? Is news fake or not, for instance? Peer-to-peer monetization. Instead of getting ads for Google, you pay 1/1000th of a cent for a search. You pay 1 cent for an article instead of ads. And peer-to-peer storage. So you're not reliant on external parties and you own your data, like a USB stick in the cloud. So these are all pretty unique points for the blockchain space. But what's even more unique is that a real-world adoption, real enterprises use our technology. So Visma Yuki we launched a couple months ago. Visma is the largest automation provider in Europe, with 15,000 employees and 5 billion euros in revenue every year. Yuki is an accounting division within the Visma group that processes 5 million invoices every year. What we've done is we've integrated the mintBlue API, the blockchain API, into Yuki's software solution. So now every user who sends out an invoice automatically publishes an invoice onto the chain. This allows for full data ownership of their financial documents, but for the counterparty, it also allows for automatic authentication of invoices. It also allows for that they can connect their debit and their credit together on a single shared ledger. So we have a triple entry on the ledger, connecting 2 bookkeepings. But this was only the start. This was the start of a larger ecosystem. And I wish I had the time to talk you through all these participants in this ecosystem. But we start with Yuki, who processed all these invoices on the chain. And now we're working on an integration with the Dutch Chamber of Commerce to provide identity services to these companies who publish the invoice on the chain, an off-chain Oracle identity provider. We have Intersolve, who is an e-money institute, who will help us tokenizing the euro onto the chain to monetize with micropayments these tiny trades between the KVK and Yuki, so they can all offer their services. And Storkov, a Peppel access point provider that allows you, them to connect 800,000 companies worldwide to the chain. And this is all connected to a single source of truth, one blockchain. And these building blocks are not here for mintBlue. They're here for you too, because that's really what Web3 is all about. These organizations are building blocks in solutions that you can build tomorrow. They provide services on the chain that you can pay for on the chain, and you can build new innovative services on top of that. So for us as founders, as strategists of mintBlue, we have come to realize that Web3 is really a system of solutions. And we have this accounting industry that keeps on evolving and growing, but we have many other sectors where mintBlue is active, where we're building ecosystems that over time will all start to intertwine and be interconnected. And so ask yourself, do you work for an organization that could provide an interesting service onto the chain for other entrepreneurs and innovative businesses to build upon? Join our network of pioneers, because these are the things you cannot build with mainstream blockchain protocols. So sign up to keep learning more about our development platform, and I cannot wait to see what you're building next. Thank you.
Niels, thank you so much for a short introduction. Because we went a little over time, we'll keep the questions short. Can every small, medium enterprise just start with your solution?
Yeah, it's an open API, an SDK. So you just log in, you get the API keys, and off you go.
Yeah.
But in practice, we see that there's a lot of education needed as well to build protocols, to build services with blockchain. So we also offer workshops and educational content for that.
Okay, so it's like easy if people don't understand it directly, how to work with it or implement it, then interesting. Yeah. Now you worked a lot also about tokenizing euros on the blockchain. Can you shortly describe what you're doing with that?
Yeah, that's really interesting, I think, because the primarily with stablecoins, you have a private entity that holds the collateral, like with USDT or USDC. We see a lot of other funny things happening right now in the space with stablecoins. But actually what we're doing is we're partnered with an e-money institute that's under oversight of the Central Bank of the Netherlands, who really does the audits, and they hold all the collateral in euros, and they issue with our non-custodial infrastructure a tokenized euro on the chain. Yeah. So this is actually a real tokenized euro, backed by, audited by a bank.
Interesting.
And that's really interesting, because what we can do with a tokenized euro is we can program it. So imagine you do a donation to an NGO, but you say, I program this euro to only be spent within a certain developing country geographic location. Or when you get money from the government to pay for your insurance, if you don't pay it to your insurer, then it goes back to the government. Yeah. Programmable money. And secondly, what you can do with a tokenized euro is micropayments. So fractionalizing a euro into 1/1000th of a cent, and then we can start competing with the ad model. So instead of that Google gives you ads, they ask for 1/10th of a cent for a search.
Interesting. Now I see the next speaker is already ready here for for his pitch. So we'll finalize with the last question. What is next for mintBlue? What is next for your startup? What's going to happen in the upcoming months?
We will continue to onboard enterprise and real-world businesses. Yeah. So we really want to start educating and connecting as many enterprises to the chain, so they can start collaborating and build innovative new services. And we will be there to provide that non-custodial infrastructure, so to connect them with our APIs. Cool. Thank you.
Niels, I'll quickly check with the crew if Titus is already there. It's entering the scene. Wonderful. All right. Niels, mintBlue, thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck with mintBlue. We'll definitely see you back in the near future with the Dutch Blockchain Days or week, because you have quite some interesting developments to share. So thank you so much.
Have a good day. Bye.